Well, that's a hard act to follow. Carla and Andrew and Nancy, all of you, I can't thank you enough. I am truly humbled by your support, grateful to God for it, and can't thank you enough. I mean, I really can't. It's just overwhelming, and I'm so glad. I'm so grateful. These people are the backbone of our state, our teachers, our bus drivers, our cafeteria workers, support personnel. You know, I went to Bay Vista Elementary in St. Petersburg and loved it. We had a great principal, Mrs. Davis. She was a hard charger and a wonderful lady. I remember one time I got sent to the principal's office. Only time it ever happened in my life. Because I had kicked sand at phys ed. True, I swear, true story. Not on anybody, just kicked it. And so the teacher that was out there said, Arlie, they called me Arlie when I was a kid. My older sister Margaret couldn't pronounce a CH in Charlie, so it stuck for a while. So Arlie, you got to go to the principal's office. So I'm like, holy, you know what? And I'm like, so I went down there, and I'm sitting on the bench in the principal's office. Miss Davis came in, and she said, what are you doing here? I said, well, I kicked sand at phys ed, and so the teacher sent me here. She goes, go back to your classroom. I said, yes, ma'am, okay. But I value education. I am a public school kid myself. I graduated from St. Pete High in 1974. I graduated from Florida State University. I believe in our universities. Go Gators too. There's a lot of them. It's good to have empathy. Oh, thank you so much. Thanks, Carl. What a beautiful morning in Florida, huh? That's, I don't know if I've ever been happier in my life than to be able to stand with these wonderful people and thank them so much for their great support. Andrew, I know you'll take that message to the AFL-CIO. I think it's June 23rd?
Yep.
Yeah, in Orlando, I think.
Yep.
And that'll be a great day, I hope and I pray. And with God's blessing and your help and your votes, we're going to make Ron DeSantis a one-term governor. We've had enough. We've had enough. And whether you're LGBTQ, whether you're a black person, trying to make it harder for you to vote in minority communities throughout our state and lack of drop boxes, they wouldn't even say that now. It's crazy. It's crazy. Not working to make our schools safer with the gun laws we have. We have got to ban assault weapons now. Now. Our children deserve it. Our teachers deserve it. Most of all, our parents deserve it. How could any parent not worry now after seeing what has happened in Buffalo, in Texas, and several others just in the last 3 days? This has got to stop. Congress must act, and I know they will, to protect these good people, to make sure that these students are safe. And as I said, the cafeteria workers, the bus drivers, all the support personnel that are so vitally important, every one of them play an important role in the education of our children. As I've always said, I believe that public education is the equal opportunity provider in our country. When we have great teachers, and we do, but we're losing them under the DeSantis administration because they're being mistreated. Andrew said it. You know, we're the third largest state in America, and we're 48th or 49th in what we pay our teachers. That's embarrassing, my friends. Florida deserves better. You deserve better. All of us deserve better. And come this primary, I hope with God's help, we get through it, and then go on to November 8th and take on Ron DeSantis.
Yes.
He deserves it. A little hot out here in Florida. That's what I love about it. No, I want to wrap up and just tell you from the bottom of my heart, I'm so thankful to each and every one of you and all that you represent, all your membership, and all the people that you work with, that you pray with, that you care about. And they're going to get better. They deserve better. Come up here, Carl. They deserve better. And come November 8th, it's going to be a new sheriff in town, and his name is Charlie Crist for you. I love you. I love you. So if we have any questions, Carla will do her best to answer them.
I'm ready.
Okay, I guess we covered it. Yes, Glenna. All right, Carla.
Ready? You ready? Yes.
I should answer that, and then you can go.
Okay.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Well, I'll answer also. Go ahead.
Okay. So, yeah, I sponsored the charter school bill in Florida in the 90s. It was a completely different animal. Had to have the approval of the local school board on every move they made. Accountability did exist. It doesn't anymore, at least not to the degree that it should. And what I know is this. You know, if we can have other schools that help students, that's fine. You know, I don't want to reduce any educational opportunity, but I want to make sure, first and foremost, we fund our public schools the way they deserve to have it. We have to fight for our teachers, because they fight for us every single day, and our students. This is the largest budget in the history of the state, $110 billion, and they can't find enough to bring us up from either 48th or 49th in what we pay our teachers. That's ridiculous. This is not good leadership in Tallahassee right now. DeSantis has us adrift and has traumatized our state for 4 years. Enough is enough. We got to get back on track and do what's right for people. When I was governor before, they called me the people's governor. You know why? Because they knew I fought for them. They knew I cared about them. And I care about them now more than ever. And that's why I know we're going to win this election and we're going to have a new governor. Thank you so much. You want to add something?
Of course. So to answer your question, Glenna, I think, so a few things. You know, charter school movement and the privatization of public schools has been an issue on both sides of the party. It's been a Democratic issue, it's been a Republican issue. What we have always stood for is the accountability piece, wanting to make sure that we had an equal playing field, wanting to make sure that public tax dollars had that the public, that it was a public investment. And what we know now is that there's a place for everything. There's a place for private schools, there is a place for charter schools, but of course, there has to be support for public schools who teach 90% of the children in the state of Florida. And so when we see what's happening and when we see that there is a concerted attack to privatize public education, that is problematic. When we see that there is an emphasis on over-testing and that parents who have been very vociferous about the impacts of testing see that that is not addressed, but more tests were actually put into our school system this last session. When we see that they are censoring teachers and how they teach history, authentic, holistic history. I mean, history is history. You can't teach it any other way. When you see that there's a government that's trying to ban math books, it's a huge problem. And so, you know, we know that all of these competing factors are going to exist. We're okay with that. We just want to make sure that we have the accountability, that we have the funding, and that in Miami-Dade, where we have an A-rated district, where we have A+ schools, that we give those teachers the dignity and the respect that they deserve.
Thank you. Wonderful. Andrew.
I'm just going to add one thing from the state perspective, and that is this. As Carla said, 90% of students in the state of Florida, children in the state of Florida, attend our public schools. When vouchers and charters started well over 20 years ago, 90% of students in Florida attended our public schools. There really has been no difference. The only difference is our public school funding has plummeted. Our funding for teachers and staff has plummeted. The number of vacancies in our schools has dramatically increased. So what has happened is, while parents want to send their kids to the neighborhood public school they know is right for their children, the state of Florida has abdicated its responsibility to make sure those public schools have the support they need. That's really the issue here, and that's what Charlie Crist, soon to be Governor Crist again, understands.
Anyone else? Have a blessed day. Thank you.